A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. A musician must make music, an artist must paint, a poet must write if he is to be ultimately at peace with himself. A stone is broken by the last stroke of the hammer. A wound inflicted by friendship is deepest and most painful. Above all things, reverence yourself. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Abstain from beans. All things change, and we change with them. Anger begins with folly and ends with regret. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Be open-minded and receptive to new ideas, for growth and learning come from embracing the unknown. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. By silence, we hear other men's imperfections and conceal our own. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. Choose the best way, and custom will make it the right one. Choose the life that is good, and habit will make it pleasant. Choose your friends wisely, for they influence your thoughts and actions. Cultivate a reverence for all life. Cultivate humility, for it is the foundation of all virtues. Do not allow your passions to distract you from the path of reason. Do not be bound by societal expectations, but follow the path that resonates with your true self. Do not be consumed by desires, but learn to find contentment in what you have. Do not be envious of others' achievements, but celebrate their success as inspiration for your own journey. Do not be swayed by popular opinion, but hold steadfast to your own convictions. Do not befriend the wicked or associate with evildoers. Do not do what you would undo if caught. Do not fear failure, for it is through failure that we learn and grow. Do not hold grudges or seek revenge, but forgive and let go for the sake of your own inner peace. Do not judge a man's character by his wealth or appearance, but by his actions and virtues. Do not let sleep overcome you as a lover. Rise up and be a soldier against her. Do not let your passions rule over reason, for it is the mark of a wise man to be governed by reason and not by passion. Do not permit the events of your daily life to bind you, but never withdraw yourself from them. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in few. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise, seek what they sought. Do not speak of God much. Do not speak of your enemies, for it creates them. Do not stir up the lion's whelp or disturb the young elephant in his native wilds. Do not talk a little on many subjects, but much on a few. Do not waste time on trivial matters, but focus on what truly matters in life. Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive. Eat not your heart. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. Experience is the teacher of all things. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. Friends are like pillars on your porch. Sometimes they hold you up, and sometimes they lean on you. Friends share all things. God is not the author of all things, but of good only. God is the mind of the universe. Happiness is the settling of the soul into its most appropriate spot. He who is sated with anything satisfies not himself, but hungers still. I hope you find these quotes insightful and inspiring. In a world filled with noise, find solace in the stillness of your own thoughts. It is better to fall into the hands of a murderer than into the dreams of a philosopher. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. Let none persuade thee, by word or deed, to do or say what is not best for thee. Let your actions speak louder than your words, for deeds reveal one's true character. Life is like unto a long journey with a heavy burden. Live each day with gratitude and a sense of wonder, for life is a precious gift. Live in harmony with nature, for it is a reflection of the divine order. Make not thy friends too cheap to thee, nor thyself to thy friend. No man ever steps in the same river twice. No man is free who cannot command himself. Power is the most royal road to perdition. Practice self-discipline, for it is the key to self-mastery and inner peace. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. Respect yourself and others will respect you. Rest satisfied with doing well and leave others to talk of you as they please. Seek balance in all aspects of your life, for imbalance leads to disharmony. Seek knowledge throughout your life, for the pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey. Seek truth in meditation, not in moldy books. Look in the sky to find the moon, not in the pond. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Sow truth if thou desire to reap knowledge. Strength of mind rests in sobriety. Strive for excellence in all that you do, but remember that perfection is elusive. The beginning is the most important part of any work. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. The good are more beautiful when they are free, but the bad are uglier than ever when they are free. The happiness and unhappiness of the rational, social animal depend not on what he feels, but on what he does, just as his virtue and vice consist not in feeling but in doing. The higher we are placed, the more humbly we should walk. The key is silence, and it is more necessary to conceal ignorance than to gain knowledge. The key is silence. The measure of a man is not in his wealth or status, but in his integrity and character. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. The most momentous thing in human life is the art of winning the soul to good or evil. The noblest and most necessary study is the science of governing one's own soul. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. The road to virtue is long and steep, but the rewards are worth the journey. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. The soul is dyed by the thoughts. The soul is in a manner all that is, the soul is the form of forms. The soul is nourished by beauty. The stars in heaven speak a language if we had but skill to understand their song. The universe is built on a plan the profound symmetry of which is somehow present in the inner structure of our intellect. The virtue of a man ought to be measured, not by his extraordinary exertions, but by his everyday conduct. The world is like a great mirror, it reflects back to every man his own true self. There is a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. There is a road, steep and thorny, beset with perils of every kind, but yet a road, and it leads to the very heart of the universe. There is geometry in the humming of the strings, there is music in the spacing of the spheres. There is no real excellence in all this world which can be separated from right living. Thought is the source of all wealth, all success, all material gain, all great discoveries and inventions, and of all achievement. Time is the soul of this world. Time is the wisest counselor of all. To be conscious that you are ignorant is a great step to knowledge. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. Treat others with kindness and compassion, for we are all connected in the tapestry of life. True happiness is found within, not in external possessions or circumstances. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. What is divine escapes men's notice because of their incredulity. When men are friends, there is no need of justice. When men speak ill of you, live so as nobody may believe them.